Camera in, camera up. Looking good. Green, green, green. Mic test. Looks all right. Up and running. Thank you. For those of you just joining us just now, we've already had our first chocolate egg of the morning. Koringami here. I've been here about 10 minutes ago. I set it up and ran, and I put a T-10, and instantly, this is 10 minutes ago, Koringami says, did you get the paper out? And I had forgotten. And there's 3 stacks of paper to take out today, and I had forgotten. So I ran up there, of course, got them out. Koringami, you saved my life. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I shouldn't tell this story, because what happens now, tomorrow someone's going to come 15 minutes early, and then 20 minutes early, waiting to see what happens before the stream starts. Sorry, usually nothing. Usually nothing. Does a chocolate egg really exist if nobody's there to know about it? So, okay, try to be a bit more easygoing. The last stream I was whatever, stuff was going on and this and that and whatever, and whatever. I played it back, the last stream, a while ago, and I grumble too much. Really, humbly, I grumble too much. Try and be a bit more cheerful here today. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, what's on the schedule today is, it's pretty much the normal stuff. You can see what's going on. We're still working on this block. That face is finished now. We're going to work on the new the second face. Yeah, we all have our days, he says, but mine are coming. Whatever. The other thing too, though, after the stream, today's Thursday, right? So the last one was on Monday. The evening before the previous stream, there was that internet review about this stream, So there was a whole bunch of new people last Monday. A whole bunch of new people. Let's get this right. And the guy who did the review about the thing, he talked about the stream as being a friendly, happy, peaceful place. Get your ASMR fix and all that kind of stuff, And Dave spends most of the stream grumbling. So. What was the internet review? I don't have a link handy on some website, Collider.com. It's a place that reviews movies and Netflix and TV shows and whatever. I have no idea why they hit us, but and they reviewed us, called us their stream of the month. Might be a link. Yes, somebody's got it. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Seeing that review, it's fun to read and stuff like that, but I'm a little bit nervous that if this thing gets a little bit bigger, it might be much less fun. And so I went, after the last stream was finished, I went to the Twitch. There's an analytics page, a stats page to show what's going on. And the overall numbers for the stream last Monday weren't any much bigger than they are. Well, you can probably see it now. It starts at about 50 people each time, gradually builds up, and by the time we're closing off about 90 minutes from now, it usually builds up to 200 or 200 plus. But what was different on Monday, it shows that, I forget the number exactly, 837 people. So 837 different viewers came in. So a bunch of people must have read that, clicked over to try it, but because the max we hit was 200 something, they clearly didn't stay. So those people just came, looked, and said, okay, that's nice, and okay, might see you later. And that's the kind of way I would like it. The last thing I want is 10,000 people here and a chat going by so quickly you can't see anything, whatever. The tree's in bloom. Yes, it is. Actually, it's near the end of it now. I'm sorry, maybe we keep pointing the camera both ways. It's what they call a Sarus berry. I think it's a crepe myrtle in English, and it's been blooming. It's been struggling because there's been no sunshine. It's been rain, 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 rain every day. At 10K people, it could be a viable income source. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Last thing I want is another income source, whatever. Someone's here, subscribe to my first set. Thank you, Newcastle, England. So, we had a tax problem there, of course, getting the prince into the country. Okay, let's get some work done. This is on a bit of deja vu because the other head is pretty much the same. The two boys have the same hairstyle, the same mood, the same feeling, the same expression in their faces. It's just basically almost a mirror image. Their eyes are a little bit different. Yeah, the myrtle tree is a mess. The coffee shop people, they're just twice a day. She's out there sweeping it all up. It makes a real mess. So it is. It's for me. It's flying by. There's lots of stuff. Of course, I don't see. But as usual, I read this every day. You know, everything that goes by here, I do at some point read. Usually at lunchtime, if possible. Got my sandwich from the convenience store or whatever, and a coffee, whatever. I used to have a sandwich from the convenience store and a coffee. That'll be different starting today. But, yeah. Someone's asking, how's business going? We are very, very happy, very, very well. Lots of people supporting the work. Prints are still flying out of here. Subscriptions are at an all-time high. New ones coming in regularly, frequently. We've got postal trouble because the Japanese post office still doesn't pick up for America, but we got around that thanks to Jed's help. We do bulk shipments by FedEx to Jed's place, and his assistant, Jed has a shipping assistant, and she's working for us now doing our work. So actually we're doing okay. Subscriptions up, online orders steady. The Asakusa shop is 0, but the other parts of our business have made up for it. Financially, it's a little bit funny because we're still paying rent, of course, on the entire Asakusa building, and there's no Asakusa revenue for it. But we've made our decision at the moment to hold tight here. Rather than giving up the building, we've made our decision to hold tight. We don't think tourism is coming back this year or next year, but it will at some point, hopefully, presumably. Maybe it'll come back. So, looking forward to that future. We're going to hold on to the building. And the only thing that makes that possible is the Patreon support, of course. And work for our people. And all of the carvers and printers here, their work has not even changed at all. They're mostly working at home. A few of them come and work here. Their rhythm and their pattern is still the same as before. The people who used to work for us just in the shop, the shop assistants and people doing print party, they were, of course, quote, laid off, unquote, at the beginning. We didn't have work for them. But with one exception, they're all now back. 3 of the people who used to work in the shop and on the print parties are now working on our collection. The Patreon money is flowing straight through to those people, and they're doing photography, doing data entry, and the collection is growing. I don't mention it much on the stream, but you should just go back every day because there's new stuff there absolutely almost every day that gets opened up there. And there's just now one staff member, one young woman left who used to work just in the shops doing the print parties, who doesn't have the carving printing skills, and she doesn't want to come in here to do the work on the collection, stuff like that. She wants to stay at home. And I don't have specific work for her to do yet, so I haven't managed to get everybody back up and running. Also, today's a big day here in Tokyo, today and tomorrow. It's the day the Olympics start. Would have in a different timeline. Tomorrow is the opening ceremony, would have been the opening ceremony, and the Olympics should have been. So at that time, the government passed a law making this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, making it a special holiday. They did that in preparation for the Olympics, and they didn't rescind that, so it's actually still now a 4-day long weekend. Thursday, Friday, it's now Thursday here in Tokyo. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in honor of the opening ceremonies of the Olympics, is a national holiday for 4 days. And it's a pretty bizarre situation here, because of course there is no Olympics. And then any of you who follow Japanese news, you know what's been going on the past few days here. The government had thought it was, let's open up the country, so the fact that the holiday was there in place, the government, somebody proposed a plan to let's encourage domestic travel, get the economy back up and running, and the government would subsidize huge discounts for hotels, restaurants, all kinds of stuff for domestic travelers. And then of course, just in the week run up to this, the virus counts started to decline. So now there's a massive, what to do. Are people, half the government's telling them to stay home, and half is telling them to get out there and have fun and travel and spend money. And it's a huge disconnect here. So I have a trick for cutting very long, thin, perfectly straight lines. Did the old timers use a jig? Yes, it's called a ruler. There is a ruler. The old guys use it. There's a special knife for it. We've got a knife that we use with the ruler. Look at this. It's a normal carving knife that is cut at an almost straight shape, and it runs along the ruler. And there's a bunch of different rules. I don't use them much in these recent prints because there's no straight lines in these things. And there's a bunch of ways to use it. You know, if it's a fabric line, you don't use a ruler because fabrics are never going to sit straight anyway. If it's an architecture line, you may use a ruler on one side to get it straight where you want to go, but then you cut the other side freehand so the line has some life. And if it's a border line or something where it's irrelevant, you use a ruler on both sides. Do the ukiyo heroes come from Jed in America? Yes, we make them. We're the factory. Jed is it's like Apple in Cupertino designing it. It's made over here and sold over there. But the Professor Jed these days, he's also selling woodblock prints made by other people. He's training other people and encouraging them and supporting them to get going on this business. So not all of Jed's prints are made by us. All of the ukiyo heroes prints are made by us. Japan is way ahead of schedule to complete. Yeah, of course. Like we were going to miss that schedule? We were going to miss that deadline? No way. Eye doctor. Later. Ask me later at the end of the stream. So this is the comment. Wouldn't a ruler line be sharp and not look like a brushstroke? That's why. So if it's the border lines for a print, nobody wants brushstrokes. You want a border line. So in this case, it's a ruler. If it's a straight line inside a fabric or something, as I said, you don't use a ruler. You just eyeball it to give it some life. And in general, architectural lines, they need both. If they're wiggly, they look funny. But if they're too mechanical, they look funny. So the common pattern is to cut one side of an architectural line with the ruler and then do the other side freehand. Okay, there's this top cap. Let's head we're next to ears. This is such a nice wood, really, really such nice wood, you know. Look at this. Oh, the knife is sharp, but it's, what can I say? It's just slow and steady. The sharpest knife is sharper is best, you know. If it's not sharp, you're tearing and pulling and things don't go well. If a knife is sharp, you have absolute control. It cuts exactly where you want to go. You gently slide along. So the fact that the knife is sharp is nothing to be scared of or whatever. You know, it's just, I mean, any chef, any kitchen, whatever, same thing, you know. It's not the sharp knives that are dangerous. It's the ones that are sort of not quite sharp enough that are dangerous, you know. One day, one of them will come and sit in front of the camera. One day. Stand by with your button to clip the shot. Every now and again, rarely, once a year or something, one of them comes and sits up on the balcony rail upstairs. I'm in the room upstairs, got the window open, and our balcony has a little railing just beside the giant Barron sign. And once in a while, one of them will come and sit on there. And they are gigantic. They're actually sort of terrifying to see them up close. They are terrifying creatures. Yeah. So I know somebody's feed the crows. I know this is extremely, extremely frowned on around here. Absolutely. Every now and then you'll get this sort of a little. You see the seats there, the concrete seats here. Every now and then you'll get a little old lady. She'll come and sit there, look around, and then dig into her bag and get some like peanuts and breadcrumbs and whatever. And out she goes. And the main target is the pigeons. These little old ladies try and feed the pigeons, but within seconds, of course. The pigeons grab what they can quickly because they know what's going to happen. Down come these black monsters and whatever. And then soon, one of the agents, the shopping street people, will, lady, don't do it. So it's really discouraged feeding the birds, absolutely. So. If you get tag suggestions, send them in. I know we should dump in as many tags as possible. At the moment, what we should have actually is a facility in the collection where people can add their own tags. That would maybe be a good idea. Drop me an email so I don't forget about it. I'm not sure it's a grasshopper on that thing. I'm not sure if it's a grasshopper. In fact, the tag that's on there at the moment, it probably says semi, kind of. Someone's asking about, is anything I can do to stop vision deterioration? You're asking, is this a trick question? Why are you asking me about vision deterioration? I'm not sure what I can say. I'm not your doctor. I have vision problems of my own. We'll talk about it at the end of the stream, but I don't have any advice on this at all. No idea. People running for political office. The signs here? No. We had an election here last week, 2 weeks ago, and there were special signboards put up where the candidates put their faces on. The signs you see on our street here, these are not politicians. These are old comedians. They are all long gone dead comedians from the Taisho Showa era. The comedians on these stands, they're people that, for the most part, that none of us living here in Japan now know about. But somebody my age who grew up in Japan will know these. It's from the early era of TV and from radio and from the previous years, the vaudeville stuff before that. I'm not sure if this was America or the West or whatever, what kind of people would be on these stands. It'd be people like Jack Benny or something, guys on TV in 1959 and stuff like this. And then Groucho Marx, that kind of stuff. People that did comedian routines in vaudeville and on movies, whatever. So it's that kind of era of people. But these are domestic, of course. These are stars from Japan, And for the most part, younger people now, they don't have a clue who these people are. So. And that's part of the attraction of this area. Asakusa plays on itself as being a retro place. Come and do the old-fashioned stuff. So these comedians are here. The guys in the theater next to me do similar kind of comedy in their theater. There are strip clubs here and there are old theater. There's a theater nearby that does old schlock. I don't know how to describe it. Whatever. John's been there. John's seen it. He can describe it. I don't even know how to even start to describe it. It's not kabuki. It's not Western theater. It's a quasi blend of the two. It's total. I don't even know how to. John, how do you describe what happens at Mokubakan? I don't know. You'd have to see a video of it, a YouTube of it. It must be some on YouTube. What's it got here? Melodramatic scenery chewing schlock. Okay, there you are. From the guy who I've never been in there, but John's seen it. So that's the last surviving relic of that era. And the street we're on used to be just wall to wall. It was wall to wall theaters of that type and of all types. So I don't know if John's been to strip clubs. That's not what I was trying to say. I know John has been to the Mokubakan. It's the theater around the corner. If I'm getting the guy in trouble here, I'm sorry. No idea. And there's not much strip around here, actually. No, there's the big place, Rokuza, which is the famous old place. It's been going for, whatever, 100 years or something. And it's haunted, it's basically deserted, I've never been in, but just the building is ramshackle. There's the price list out front. Somebody's put some balloons on there. And it's just, there's no crowds. It's just every now and then some guy might skulk in there. So it's not an ongoing thing anymore here. Not at all. It's just a bit of a relic left over here, And as I understand it, the post boards outside that show the girls' pictures and stuff, it seems that they're mostly girls who have been on DVDs, on videos and stuff. I guess, what do you call them? Adult videos and whatever. And they do the live things here. So I guess it's their fans that come and see them. I don't know. It's not a big part of the culture here. These days, much more common. A typical day in Asakusa, it'll be a couple that will come. They'll maybe do the kimono rental thing. Even Japanese couples, not just foreign couples, they'll do the kimono rental thing. And sit in one of the outside. Then maybe they'll go to a matcha place first or whatever, get a matcha latte or something, and have their kimono walk around, do the Sensoji Temple. Then later in the afternoon, they'll stop on Hoppidori in one of the outside outside bars. And some people go in the vaudeville show, Mokubakan or the theater next to me here, But mostly it's just walking around town. There's, of course, the rickshaw carts, too. They're a bit expensive, so that I can't say they're all that popular, but they're busy. They're busy. Someone's got the first print I bought arrived today. Couldn't be happier. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know who you are or what you are, but whatever. Thank you for the support of our work. Thank you. Yeah, the Rakugo show. So Rakugo, there's the other place there, what they call the Enge Hall, down the street from us here. It's on the corner, just the same corner as the Don Quixote store. And it's nothing for foreigners really, because the shows are about language. It's Rakugo, Manzai, and slapstick vaudeville and stuff. But you really, without having good language skills, it's pretty much meaningless. And even actually having said that, without having old-fashioned language skills, the crowds for the Enge Hall and the Toyokan are more 99% people my generation or older, and they line up there in the mornings. They line up for a good seat because it's rush seating inside. So you line up early, get in front of the line, you can get a good seat near the stage, But it's language. I've been here 30 whatever years, and I speak the language on a daily basis okay. But to go to a Rakugo show, I'm sorry, it's 100 miles over my head, absolutely. I could get some of it. I would understand what the guy is talking about. I would understand the situation, but the funniness of it would escape. It's like puns. I know for a non-native speaker of English, for a learner of English, puns, they just, whatever. What is he laughing at, And that would be my situation with the Rakugo. But it is popular here. Hontoni, it's popular here nowadays. It's one of those things that has come back. It died, like TV killed those things, but then they've come back. Bit by bit, they've come back. Let's get back where I am here. What's going on here? Well, the guy with the two dogs walked by, the little tiny dogs. He comes by every day, most days. The duck on the leash. There's two jokers, right? There's the guy with the pig, and there's the guy with the duck. I haven't seen the guy with the duck for a long time. He maybe has gone now, I don't know. But also, I don't walk around there every day. And the guy with the pig is still out there. I saw him a few weeks ago. He comes out in the evening, sits at one of the bars with his gigantic, massive pig. And everybody is, of course, gathering all around, whatever. But I haven't seen the duck guy for a long time. No, you're not making it up. Whatever. So, saksa, det är saksa. There must be YouTube clips of this. There absolutely must be, or Instagram clips or something. If you Googled pig, Asakusa, whatever, I mean, because tourists, as soon as they see this guy, they just, of course, gather all around him. So there must be. Duck is ahiru in Japanese. In general, there's two words, kamo and ahiru, and I don't know the difference genetically, whatever, between them, but those are the general words for duck. How long do ducks live? I don't know. Now that I think about it, I guess that duck has probably gone to the great duck ground in the sky. I don't know. No idea. It's been a lot more years, absolute years since I've seen him. So maybe the duck has ducked. Not hearing our regular stuff today, the vacuum cleaner lady or the garbage truck, the blue garbage truck. Is it still early? Okay, there's the outside hair done. Ear done, hair done. Let's move on to the face. How did they pull it off without microscopes? They were just good. I know the top carvers carved until they couldn't see, then they left and other guys came in. We were talking about, in the old days there were so many, here now in Tokyo there's one or two or three or four of us doing this kind of work. But in the old days there were thousands of printers and certainly hundreds of carvers at the peak time. So there's a huge labor pool. There were young boys coming in all the time. It was a regular job. Remember, this was the printing business. So if you think about the printing business in any major city anywhere, there's workshops everywhere, people doing it everywhere, different kinds of machines, good shops, bad shops. So there's an ongoing turnover in the labor. Young kids came in, studied, got good at it, older guys left. It wasn't like it is now with just three or four of us who are, what happens when he can't do this anymore, It was an ongoing, rotating thing. And there were glasses. We've got in Hokusai manga, there's Hokusai sketched a guy doing woodblock carving with a big pair of funny type glasses tied on with string or something. So there were at least rudimentary glasses available in the time period we're talking about here, early 1800s when Hokusai did that. So yeah, they were at the beginning of this, so. What's this? Will the 3 small Takamizawa prints be available for purchase online soon? Any minute now. Today's Thursday. If it hadn't been for the holiday, that will be happening tomorrow. We have our next, what we call it in here, we call it the chimp, the next chimp. Every 6 weeks, we have been doing an internet update on what we've been going on, what new prints have been ready and stuff like that. And the next one was scheduled to go tomorrow. But it's a holiday and Cameron's off. He let me know yesterday he might be available to do this. So those 3 prints, watch out. And in the next couple of days, if you're on our mailing lists, if you get this MailChimp mail every 6 weeks or so, then it will be announced in there. And they will be live in the shop that same time. So somewhere over this next weekend. Is this pre-recorded? Not if you count 3 seconds of delay or something. I don't know. Here we go. Hold up today's newspaper to show what's going on or something. Blink twice. Does that count? No, I can't. I blinked 3 times. So, yes, we are live. We are live. It's not live because I'm not wearing a mask. I have a mask in my pocket, ready here. I'm not wearing a mask at the moment because I am alone in the building. As soon as somebody comes in, and you'll see it later on, when they come in, I will mask up. So absolutely, yes. Here in Tokyo, we don't go nowhere without a mask, absolutely. What I did earlier, the 2 boys, with this guy I was smart. I left the face line. I didn't carve either side of it. Either I was, whatever, I wasn't thinking about it. So when it came time to paste it down, we pasted on a larger piece, bigger than the face, and I was able to carve both sides of the face line. Here, I wasn't that thinking ahead far enough, so before we did the washing off and repasting, I carved the outside of the chin line. So I can't now carve the black line I see. I have to think about what I previously carved. This is difficult. I think we can see it. It's okay. Let's get rid of the paper here. if it's live, blink twice. Oh, here we go. It looks like the boys are going to be doing construction work again on the renovation of that bar 2 doors down. I think this is their truck. So we'll be seeing them unloading tools and stuff, I guess. I should probably turn off the outside mic now if it's going to get noisy out there. So outside mic now going off. All the audio now is coming from here. So whatever sounds come in the door, I will see. Well, the vacuum cleaner lady has started, has she? Show and tell, yes, but not yet, not yet, not yet. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. Show and tell will be the last 15 minutes or so of the stream, coming at about 9:15, about 20 minutes from now. It's an interesting show and tell. It's the package here. We have a big package that arrived. I haven't actually opened it yet. It's going to be a combination unboxing and show and tell. I know what's in there. It's an auction package. These are goods, these are prints that we have in our shop regularly. They are, well, we'll talk about when I get them. I have them in our collection upstairs already. So these ones that are coming today won't be kept here. We'll be putting them in the shop. They'll go upstairs for preparation for the flea market. Don't know when we'll ever get them online flea market, but whatever. So. And my number one, we're going to open this, I know what's in there, but my number one question is how much damage do they have? Are they okay? Are they in good condition? What's their condition? That's the key for me. Well, so when I open this, that's going to be my number one question about those prints. gonna get me. Won't really get any closer. No, sorry. Did the post worker show up early today? No, this package came the other day, yesterday or 2 days ago. So, paper conservator streaming on Switch. The latest theory about foxing is that iron in the water could cause it. I am open to any knowledge or information about foxing, anything at all. My own non-scientific, non-X-ray knowledge thinks that it's not biological. Dave is guessing that it's on the chemical side, and what you're talking about here seems to show that, but I don't know. And the people who have all the science behind it, they're still struggling. So yeah, if you can, Koringami, send me a link about this, okay? Because I am interested. I am interested. Send me the link. We did have a problem with rust in the water, but that was rust, visible rust, actual chunks of iron that were floating around in the water. We filter it all now, everything. The water we use for moistening paper, the water we use for sizing. I did a bunch of sizing last night. We filter this down to the X microns. I don't know what the machine does. But whether it takes out minerals in the water, I don't know. But it takes out particles that are in the water, so I don't know. But yes, link, please. What was the name of the kid carrying straw and reading a book? If you Google Nishinomiya. Yes, if you Google Nishinomiya. The lady streaming paper conservation. Okay, thank you very much. I'm absolutely 100% interested in this. Good. Is it Nishinomiya? Am I confused? I'm confused on something else. I don't want to touch the machine to do Googling myself. If you Google it, I know it's a standard Japanese. It's a folk. It's not a folk tale. It's a part of Japanese history and culture. It's not just the one print I had. It's a thing. Nishinomiya. Help me, please, somebody. Ninomiya, whatever. It's disappearing. They should get you close. You should be able to find it. The boy studying while bringing home the wood for the fire, so. It's funny, I walked past a statue of that boy just last Tuesday. We went to visit an accountant. We talked about this. Our year-end books are nearly ready, so we're looking for a new accountant. So we went to visit one guy, and his office is in Yaesu, in front of Tokyo Station. And there's a bookshop there, Yaesu Book Center. It's a giant 7, 8, 9, 10-story bookstore. And out front, they have a statue, a bronze statue of the boy with a book in his hand and bundles of firewood, whatever, on his back and stuff like that. And it's a very, very, very famous part of Japan, maybe Chinese culture. I don't know how far back it goes. So I walked past the sculpture, the statue, the other day, smiled at it. I remember that. That would so have been me when I was a kid, but with one twist. I wouldn't have been studying. I would have been reading science fiction or something. Whatever. Have we got it? Got the link? Or a link to it? Ninomiya. Okay, hi. Ninomiya, not Nishinomiya. And the guy who lives next door to us, the owner of the building that has the oyster shack, his name is Nishinomiya. And next door's building is the Nishinomiya building. So I get those a bit mixed up together. So. Somebody's standing outside smoking. There's a heavy smell of smoke coming in here now. From the back or from the front, I don't know.石川さんですか、はい、ちょっといいですか、はい、紙出したんですが、今ストリームが始まった時、大橋さんからメール、ちょっとあんまりちょっと
今日も行く予定で体調が悪いのでお休みします、はい、いつ行けるかわからないので私の全部外しておきます。
そう今日
来てた？
昨日来なかった。昨日もキャンセル。
もうすぐ北海道行くのにね。本当。
だから彼女の紙も出してありますから、メールストリームが始まった時から入ったんですね。だから彼女の紙もちょっと入れてください。
全部黄色も取っとる。了解。はい。信州も行ってきたんでこれ。
あ、そう。ありがとうございます。Thank you very much。はい、お土産。This is 石川。それが Did you see いろんなメールでしょ、最近メール入りましたね。いや僕関係ないの、関係ないそうすぐ入って天才
ありがとうございます。
いやとんでもないです。
いや今年はちょっとね失敗が多くてダメかなもうと思ってた。そしたらなんかね、
でも本当にちょっと遠くこの遠くじゃなくて、離れてみると綺麗、本当に綺麗。
こういう意味
じゃなくてだから私たちじゃなくて外の人から
ありがたい本当にね励みになりますね。そういうのがないとなかなかね。
そうです。だけど私たちの仕事は間違い探し、厳しいことばっかりです。でそうするとだんだん嫌になるとかしょうがないですね。僕もその経験あったよ。で時々展示会で。そうですね。そんなに悪くはないでしょ。そう。だけどそれもちょっと考えてくださいね。
よかったよかった。ありがとうございます。
Apple juice. Their family has a what do you call vessel. They have a small house up in Nagano, and they spend a few days up there. That's Ishikawa-san, isn't it? She's one of our printers. She's one of the main printers on this year's series, this year's subscription series. And the conversation it's happened in the last week twice. There's been mail coming in about her work. It's about her work, and the last couple of prints we've made in the series have been really, really difficult. The one with the safflower prints, deep color underneath. And then number 8, the one you haven't seen yet, coming up next month, there's a sky color and darkness, and they have both been really, really difficult. Jed put out interesting designs, but the color separations were really, really complex, and we struggled a lot. And she was one of the lead batters on both of those prints doing testing. And I can't say she was depressed about it. That's the wrong thing to say. But she was thinking, we didn't really do a very good job. And she struggled and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, number 7 is now out there in the field. And twice in the last week, emails have come in from people saying, I have never seen anything like this, ever. It's just so well done. So within seconds of seeing this, I send the email over to her and to Jed and whatever. And so that was the conversation. She's thanking me for telling her, for passing that on. I didn't do anything. I just passed on the comment from the viewers, And it really helps because she has felt they weren't so good, and the customers are seeing the thing in a more objective sense. It's a paradox for us. Part of our job, and as I was just saying to her, the same thing. Our job is to find the problems, look and see what's wrong, look for the bad part, focus on what's wrong, focus on the bad, focus on the trouble. We do this, that's our job. So when it goes out of here, we're thinking, oh, I got most of it, but I just couldn't figure out how to do that last part, and oh, well, whatever, try again next time. So we tend to see these sometimes in a kind of a, not a negative light. You get what I'm getting at, because we're looking at it. But the person at the other end of it, they don't see the struggle, they don't see what it could have been, they don't see anything else, they don't see the mistakes. They just open the package, and we've actually done a pretty good job, and that's all they see. Oh my God, look at this, look at this, look at this. So those mails coming in have really been, I've just sent them straight away on to her. And she's, oh my God, David, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. I'm used to it now because I've done it for so long, and I struggled sometimes, and I sent out prints that were really not as good as they should have been before I knew what I was doing, you know. And then when at my exhibitions, when the comments came and people who didn't know about the struggle and didn't know about the bad part of the prints, they're just accepting it as a product there. It really, really helped. It really, really helped. One you've seen. One is number 7, which is, I think Cameron's put it online, hasn't he? Doesn't he put them online every month? I don't even know. So the 2 prints are number 7 and number 8 from this year's series. The customers are now getting number 7. They're receiving it day by day by day, and the responses come in. So the response here has been to number 7. Number 8 you haven't seen yet, and nobody's got it yet. Okay, I can't find the modern print with persimmon and grasshopper. The modern print with persimmon and grasshopper. You showed it a week ago. Oh, yeah, okay. That's in one of our subscription series. It's in the series called Mystique of the Japanese Print. Oh, somebody's got it. Bingo, somebody's got it. So it's not a single print for sale in our shop. I'm sorry. That's a subscription set. We make them in groups, and we do that only as subscriptions. I'm sorry. Where are we? 9. Oh, it's. I've whatever. She interrupted us. It's it. It's time for the last 2 parts of this stream today. Show and tell, and then something else to talk about. Okay, I will need to zoom out. Now the first part, this is a big package. The prints inside are not that big, but let's do this. It is raining, raining, raining. She got here just in time. It's been drizzling, and now it is officially raining. Okay, let's have a look at some of this. My knife is. Actually, this packaging might be similar because it's the same guy. Some auction guy has scored a bunch of old prints, and he's putting them up on an auction bit by bit by bit. So he's packaging them all the same way. So we've seen this kind of a package before. It says Dave slicing open woodblock prints. God, he's serious about this, isn't he? Nanda. Sorry about this, excuse me just a minute. Get this cardboard thing out of the way, we'll be able to see. Not much of an unboxing video. I'm sorry, excuse me. Here we show. Now, what has he done? This print's falling everywhere. What has this guy done? They're all taped to the cardboard. Excuse me a minute, sorry about this. Yeah, slapstick is right, sorry about this. He wrapped them all in plastic, wrapped them in cardboard and taped the plastic to the cardboard. Okay, there's a big one. Okay, maybe, whatever. There's a big one. We'll save that for later, maybe. Okay, these are Adachi reproductions. These are from the 1970s/80s. And Adachi did a set, a major set. I got another one. Adachi did a major set of Hokusai reproductions, basically trying to show sort of Hokusai's full life, whatever, full life in a bunch of woodblock prints. Benny Hill. So what we're going to look at here, these are large size reproductions of some Hokusai prints that were themselves based on scroll paintings. And Adachi had a problem when they sold these in that how do you package something that is a huge, long print? And they folded them. There really wasn't any option at that time. Nobody would have space in their house for a long, large object, and you couldn't send a long, large object. So what we've got here, this is a nicely made Adachi print. Don't get upset what I'm going to do. I'm going to break this packaging because we are not going to keep these prints in this packaging. They didn't use good paper. It frequently gets foxed. So my first job with all of these is to remove them and throw away the packaging. So if you see me now tear some of the wrapping, don't get upset about that. This is disposable stuff that needs to be thrown away anyway. The print itself is the object we're talking about. And here we are. And what we have here is we were talking about Rakugo Desho. I believe this is a Rakugo performer, and either this is intended to represent his audience or a bunch of dancers. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and I guess it's an entertainment troupe. It's a troupe of entertainers. And this is a woodblock print. The original may have been a scroll painting, and then at some point back in the year, somebody made a woodblock version of it, and Adachi has reproduced this. And this is nicely done. Sometimes you hear me bad-mouthing Adachi because their modern stuff is not done well. But when they knew how to do it, they did it. And this is no easy job. This is no easy job for a printer. It's long and thin, and registration on a print like this is a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. And again, I'm sorry, I'm just sort of seeing this basically really for the first time. It's either a troupe of entertainers or it's a Rakugo guy telling a story, and these people are intended to represent characters in the story. I just honestly don't know, I'm sorry. This is a well-known object though, so it's out there. If you looked at this on ukiyo-e.org, you'll find it. Very nice object. Very nice. It's a little bit damaged at the bottom. No big deal. We can fix that. Spray of water, press with our wood blocks. And it's got the Adachi embossing mark. They don't use this anymore. For many years they used, can we get the light just right? There's an embossed Adachi mark here, just near the Hokusai signature. As I said, we have these in our collection already, so these are going to be going into the shop as soon as we've got time to get them off the backing properly. They're glued on quite strongly. They're glued on. In fact, you can see the damage from the glue. We really wish they wouldn't do that. They've glued it on, and over the years people have looked at the print and moved it around, and the print has swollen and shrunk. So what we'll do is I'll cut the backing paper, soak the corner, get rid of the backing paper, and flatten it again. That's one. This next one, oh, I like this next one. How do we get him out of this plastic? I get the plastic, we need it, you can't ship it without it. Okay, we have the same thing, Hal. Now this was a kakimono kakimono scroll. The original was a kakimono and this is a very, very, very nice. There we go. I should maybe zoom out a bit more for a second here, just a second. And actually, let me show you again the package, what they've done with the packaging. Somebody at Adachi got smart with this one. This actually fit within the confines of the shipping package and the wrapping package. So they prepared this to contain it, which is the frame and the print. But when you open it after unfolding it, it's like, what's going on? The print doesn't fit. But the print itself is on a tab of paper. If I can look, if I pull the print down, it's on a folded tab, so the print will slide down and it fits inside now the display area, so you could hang it up on your wall or just look at it. So this one didn't need to be folded, and this is nice. We have a good one and there's no foxing. I am a happy camper. I was afraid I might have bid too much. No, look at this. This is nice. This is from Adachi when they still cared about what they were doing. So this is a reproduction of a Japanese woodblock print that was a reproduction of a scroll painting, I guess. Very, very nicely done. I was confused, when I first saw this, I was confused about the birds, but I guess they're not flying birds, they are on water. And what we are seeing in the background, of course, is not sky, but it's water. And they've done it well with the blues and the white of the paper. I'm very happy, very, very happy to get this. As I said, we will be taking it out of this paper because the paper they stored it in is nowhere near as long-lasting as the paper of the print itself. We store all these prints separate from their packaging. There were 5 prints in the auction all told. 3 of them were these long format prints. This next one also is really nice, really popular. Those of you who have seen our own work will have seen part of this already before. We have the same thing now. We have a large scale print in smaller packaging. It goes this way up. I've got it upside down. Let's zoom out again. And you're going to see the same structure. Not the turtle, the turtles. And here we go. It opens again and the print will slide down. Let's just get the mount out of the way. I'm going to throw it away anyway. And the turtles. And Hokusai, he came back again and again and again to this theme. They're in the Hokusai manga, they're everywhere. We ourselves have clipped part of one of these turtles for one of our own prints. And this one is nice. Look at the gradations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue gradations. This one can be done on a single block. You rub color from the top and rub from the bottom, but all of these need to be on separate blocks. You can't have a block for this, it would bump into this. So each one of these is a separate block. For large long prints like the scroll, we'd use one really big block for it. I don't know what Adachi did with this. When we're trying to source wood blocks, long, tall wood blocks are not a problem. Trees grow tall. So getting a long, thin wood block is not a problem. Getting one that's wide is the problem. For us, sourcing blocks, this is the problem, it's not this. So for a print like this, actually, sourcing the blocks is not such a big deal. If you can find wood this wide, almost always your wood supplier has it in long, and he's going to chop it down. And we're finding the same thing. When we buy the chunks of wood that we're getting, the length is not the problem, it's the width. So if I were making this print now myself, I think I would just probably source normal wood blocks. For that background, for the one block, I would use one piece for this area, and then I would use the same block maybe for this one and this one. You could get away with them if they're far enough apart. So one block I could do area A, C, E, and then maybe I'd need, no, they're too close together. Anyway, you get the idea. You use parts of the block for different things. You could use the top part for one and the bottom part for another. This is nicely done. I'm very happy. The paper is clear, very little cheaty inside the paper. I am a happy camper. This is a good batch of prints. I will compare them with our own collection, keep the best one, and put the other one in the shop. Can we join two pieces? No, 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 no. Never, 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 never. For a bunch of reasons. Slap it together like a guitar backboard. We can't plane them the same way because the grain is in opposite directions. So you can never plane them as sharply as you want to. And we don't want to sand the blocks flat. We want to plane them flat. Then the other problem is, once you've joined two pieces of wood, whether it's the same piece book matched or different pieces or whatever, they start to behave differently with moisture. And they will swell and shrink or whatever. So we cannot take the risk of having two separate pieces joined together. If it was a short run print, if you're only going to make 100 copies and then throw it away, no problem. But if you want your blocks to be used time and time and time again to make many prints, you need a single solid piece of wood. Okay, the last one here is not one of the larger prints. This is a Tanzakuban. It's a Hiroshige Tanzakuban. And it's Hiroshige in his cute mode, his cute mood. Tanzakuban refers to the size. And I can't read the poem here. It's an allusion to an old Chinese poem. Wow, it is really raining out there now. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, bouncing. My camera, is it okay? I think we're okay. The rain is just coming straight down. The camera, I think, is all right. Look at that. Ooh. Cute. Talk about cute. This is 1860, somewhere around there. Dogs and cats. These are, I guess, dogs to show. They're dogs, right? Tell me they're dogs. This one's a dog. I'm not so sure about this one. I have no idea what kind of animal this is. There's three of them there, right? That's got to be a dog, clearly. Pudgy, blah, blah, blah. This one, whatever. There's no need to decide. You tell me. Okay, there was one other large print in this package. There's no need to go on for it now. It will be a struggle for me to open it. We'll just save it for next time. It's a print, and it's probably about that large. We'll have a look at it next time. All right, people are asking earlier in the stream about the eye doctor visits. There's now been 3 visits. A local eye doctor sent me right away to the big hospital. They took a bunch of photographs, said, come back in a couple of weeks. We'll compare the pictures 1 week and 2 weeks. They've done that. They did that on Tuesday. I got my basic diagnosis. They want me back there now every few weeks. There's a serious problem. The right eye is glaucoma, which means the part of the eye that is now gone is actually gone. The retina is getting damaged bit by bit by bit by bit. And this is, for someone in my job, this is actually going to be a problem in capital P. The next obvious question is how long is it all going to take? We don't know. And he doesn't know yet. And what we're going to do next week, they do a retinal field check to measure how much is gone. It's not eye cancer, it's glaucoma. It comes from too much pressure inside your eye and it causes damage on the retina. It's not reversible, but they can slow the progression. And this is the next check. They're going to give me drug A, drug B, drug C inside the eye and measure the progression to see which particular combination slows it down. You can slow it down, you can't stop it. You guys can Google it later. So I'm 68 now, and nobody will give me a number yet. My right eye, I have X years left with my right eye. It could be a little number, it could be quite a big number. My mother is hanging in with a similar problem, 25 years older than me, so she's doing okay. So it's going to change things over the coming years. It's going to change things over the coming years. I will, if I live long enough, I will be blind. There's no way around it. That's the future. It's not an immediate problem. I don't panic. I don't need to go out and order my white cane yet. But I should start thinking about my next career because I will be needing a new job at some point down the line. In the short term, some of the changes you're going to see, you may see me doing my carving. Don't get upset about this. You may see me doing my carving with a patch because the problem is the left eye is totally normal. The right eye is partly gone, and the part that isn't gone yet is starting to get blurred. So when I look at things now, there's a blurriness over everything. You've seen me struggle with the scope and what's going on, blah, blah, blah. If I cover the right eye, everything is still clear and sharp. So, as I said, I'm either going to tape up the right side of the microscope or perhaps wear a patch. As things go on, as they do more testing, as we try these drugs, I'll be able to get more numbers. They will tell me more numbers. Dave, you're going to lose it in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever. It could be quite a big number, So nobody's panicking. But that's the thing, that's the thing. This was not, it was funny. The deal about the macular degeneration, right? I saw the photographs from the first session 4 weeks ago. I came home, I looked in, did the Google thing like we all do, and those photographs match exactly the photographs I saw of macular degeneration. Chat with my mother, she's also had the same thing. So when I went back yesterday for this, I'm ready for the official diagnosis, macular degeneration. We put they take new photographs, he puts it up, and I can see this big gray patch, and I said, so, desu ne, macular degeneration desu ne. He said, oh yeah, that's there too. We're not really worried about that. And that's the point where I thought, where are we going with this? So where are we going with this? And the one I was afraid of, the one I had been afraid of was brain cancer. That the cancer in the brain was attacking the optic nerve and stuff. And he says, nothing to do with that. Forget that. That's a completely different set of symptoms. And it's quite clear. He's seen this 1,000 times before. This is simply glaucoma, simply. So anyway, so no panic. Please don't set up a GoFundMe or something. We're okay. Life is normal for us. Simply, I will need a new career somewhere down the line. And I'm okay with that. There's lots of things I can do. So no panic, please. I'll be back here Saturday morning, carving as normal. Life for us continues as normal. We here are going to be a little bit more serious now about making sure we start handing off more parts of this business. The carving and printing, most of it's already done by other people, but we're going to make sure that in the next couple of years, we hand over everything. What he wouldn't say and commit to is, I said, what's going to happen? Is this going to happen on both sides? He said, I don't even know. Next week, when we do the test, we will look for this. If it starts on the other side, yeah, you're going to have a problem. If it doesn't, you're good to go. So anyway, I haven't been able to follow your comments. I'm sure people are saying, ganbatte, thank you very much, and I'll have a read for it later. And and somebody's saying, saxophone practice time. There's lots of ways to kick the cat down the road here. So see you on Saturday morning. We'll have what's left of today's show and tell, and we will have more carving on this boy's face. Thanks for your support. Thanks for everything going on here. And take it easy, gang. Oh, Ishikawa-san just showed up, and look at this. I'm sitting here talking. Gomen. Watashi mo gomen. They're already saying, what are you doing? Where's your mask? Where's your mask? Where's your mask? ストリーム始まった時、マスクなかったんですが、デイビッド、マスクは一人大丈夫よ。そう。Okay, 今最後の話ですから、Okay, see you guys later. Hi, see you Saturday morning. Thank you very much. Bye bye for now. See you then.